In this video tutorial I am going to design the lemon juicer, and it consists of three parts: lower jaw, upper jaw and pin. So first part I am going to design is lower jaw. The units for this design will be millimeters. You can work in any unit if you want. So open the sketch, and for the first sketch I am going to select the front plane. Then I am going to draw some circles and assign the dimension to this circle. So this outer circle has diameter of 56 millimeter, and this inner circle has the diameter of 50 millimeter. And then I am going to select the center line tool. I am going to draw a line like that. I am going to select the line tool. I am going to draw horizontal line like that and a vertical line like that, and I am going to draw a line like that. So after drawing that, I am going to trim some portion. So select the trim tool, power trim. So basically I don't want this portion, this portion, this portion. Click OK. Select a line tool and draw a line from this point. Move your cursor to this circle, select this point and a straight line like that, coincident with the other circle, outer circle, like that. Again trim tool, and I am going to trim the unwanted portion. And this line from here to this center line, it will be 62 divided by 2, and this has the thickness of 3 millimeter. And then I am going to add some relation. I am going to select this point and this origin and add a horizontal relation between them. So now our sketch is fully defined. I am going to revolve this sketch. So this is our first feature. We draw the sketch, revolve it. Now go to sketch, and this time I am going to select this top surface. Go to orientation and select the normal view. After that I am going to select the rectangle command. I am going to draw a rectangle like that, and now I am going to assign the dimensions. So from this origin to this other end, this dimension is 200 millimeters. I'm going to select this point and drag it and make sure it's here in the middle of these two circles. Select the convert entities tools, this outer surface, and now I am going to trim the portion. So this portion I don't need it, this portion I don't need it, this portion and this portion. After that I am going to assign the dimensions. So this dimension is going to be 20 millimeter, and from outer edge to this origin, this one is 10. So we want it in the middle. So now sketch is fully defined. Exit command, and now I am going to extrude this feature. Extrude it to 3 millimeter. The direction is not correct, just change the direction. So now this is the second feature. Now I am going to add the third feature. So basically for the third feature I am going to open my sketching on the front plane. Select the front plane and make sure you are in the normal view. So for that I am going to draw two circles like that. So this outer circle, it has the dimension of 10, and the inner circle has the diameter of 5 millimeter. And add some relation. I am going to select this origin and this origin and make them their horizontal, to each other. Okay, I am going to draw a line. So draw a line not coincident with this point, somewhere here, like that, and other line like that. And now we needed to add the dimension. So this point from this origin is given as 38 millimeter. I am going to trim some portion. This portion we don't needed it, that's why I'll trim it. And after that, this has the thickness of 3 mm, like that. And basically what we want to keep this point in the middle of this edge and this point. So I am going to select it. This dimension is not given, or we can do that, select this point. So basically we want this point something like between this outer edge and this edge. I am going to make it 9. So that this must be inside of this outer edge. After that I am going to use the extrude command and select the midpoint and 8 millimeter for the depth. So these points are joined together. So 9 is just a assumed dimension. You can define it any dimension, but you must keep it in the middle of this edge and this edge. Now I am going to select this top plane, open the sketch on the top plane and go to normal view. So now I am needed to draw some circles. So I am going to draw a circle like that, and the dimension of this circle is 2 mm, and from this point to this point, this dimension is not given in the design. You can select any dimension for your design. So this one I am going to select it 12. I can select it 8. Add dimension. I am going to select this point and this point and make it. I am going to exit, use the extrude cut through, and then I am going to select this cut extrude and I am going to make the circular pattern. For this one, the number of instances I am going to select 12, and for the direction of pattern axis I can select this outer edge. So the 12 holes are drawn like that. Again I am going to select the top plane, draw a circle like that. The diameter of this circle is 2, and from here to here I am going to assign it 6. 6 is not good because this is not defined in it. 4 is better. Add relation, select this point and vertical relation. Go to feature, extrude cut and make a through wall cut. So this cut is performed. Now select this cut extrude, again go to circular pattern. Same way we added the previous circular pattern. At this point we needed 6 number of holes, and for the pattern axis I am going to select this circular edge. Okay, again go to sketch, select the top surface, draw a circle like that, and this time the diameter is 2, and extrude cut, select through wall, check mark. Now I am going to add some fillets. So select the fillet command. The diameter of the fillet is 5. Select this point, these two edges, click OK. The fillet is completed. Now our lower jaw part is completed, and we needed to design a upper jaw, and for a lemon juicer the upper part must be the same thing but must fit with it. So that's why I only needed that. I'm going to save as and save as our lower jaw, no sorry, upper jaw. Now I am going to edit this design. So basically for the upper jaw we don't need this cut, so I am going to select all of these cut and I am going to delete it, and also these sketches for the cuts. And the second thing is that we needed this thing, but for the upper jaw we need it in the other direction, so I am also going to delete this command and also this command. Now I am going to open the sketching on the front plane, go to normal view, and now I am going to draw two circles like that. Two circles, so that this dimension is given as 10 and this dimension is given as 5, and I am going to add relation. So now this point and this point, these 2 points are horizontal, they are facing each other. In the lower part we add relation for this center point and this, but now this point and this edge, the lower one, and the dimension from this point to this point, this dimension is 38. And after that I am going to add a line like that, add the dimension. This one is 3 mm, okay, and from this point to this point I am going to keep it this point to this point, this one is 8, something like that. It's better we make it 9.5, okay, and I am going to trim these indents and this one. So it's fully defined. Go to extrude command, and this time we are going to extrude it to 20 millimeter from the midpoint, like that. So it must fit inside. Okay, it's perfect. And another change is that we needed to change our initial sketch. We needed to change some dimensions so that this one is going to be 48 and this one, sorry, this one is going to be 42. And this one is 48. Okay, and we needed to make a cut, so I'm going to select the top plane and normal view. I am going to draw something like that, and I am going to use the convert identities tool. Now I am going to draw a circle from this point to this edge. So this one is 62, we know that. And drag this point and make sure it's like that. After that I am going to give the dimension, so this must be 8, and to make it in the middle of region I am going to add the dimension like that. And for this point I'm just going to add a random dimension, so it must be like the outer side. So my selected dimension will be 60. You can select any dimension, but must make sure it must be cutting this outer edge, passing this edge. And I'm going to trim this point, these 2 points, and I am going to go to cut extrude, and for the types of cuts I am going to select through all both sides and make the cut. So we just draw our upper jaw. The upper jaw is complete. Now I am going to select I am going to draw the pin. So for the pin, unit must be millimeter. I am going to save it, pin, sketch. I am going to open the front plane. I am going to draw a line like that. Make sure it's straight line, vertical, and then I am going to draw a circle here and a circle here, like that, 2 circles. And this diameter is 10. This one also has the diameter of 10. After that I am going to draw a line from this point to the edge of second circle. I am going to select the line tool, just draw a line from this point. When you move to the circle, it highlights this point, so like that. It must touch this point. And now I'm going to remove the unwanted portion. So I don't want this portion, I don't want this portion, I don't want this portion, I don't want this thing and this thing, like that. And now I'm going to add the dimension. So from this point to this point, this dimension is given as 20. And from this point to this, it's given as 2.5. So our pin is complete, just revolve it. So our pin design is complete. So pin design is complete. I am going to open the assembly environment. So the first part I am going to place in the assembly will be the lower jaw. Open it and place it. The second component I am going to add is the upper jaw. Okay. So for the assembly environment, we just needed to connect the parts with each other, and we do that by adding the mates. So I am going to select the mate, and the first mate I am going to add between this circle and this circular surface. So I am going to select this surface, I am going to select this surface. So it will automatically select the possible mate for them. So it selected the concentric mate, it's the best choice, we wanted that, click the check mark. And the second mate is that we want this portion, this surface coincident with this surface. So I am going to select this surface and I am going to select this surface. So these two surfaces are coincident. Now if you go to the normal view, you can make that. So the lemon juicer work in that way. The next component is pin, and we are going to use these two mates we already added between the lower jaw and upper jaw, the concentric and coincident. So I am going to select this surface and this surface like that. It will add concentric mate. Then I am going to select this surface and this surface. I am going to select move it here. I am going to select this surface and this surface. So that's way. So we just finish our design. You can see the motion. If you place the lemon here and you squeeze it, the juice will come out from these holes. So this is our design. Thank you so much.